Hello and welcome back to Vinyl Friday, where I usually go through my records and talk about why I love them. But today, I'm in my bedroom because I would like to talk to you about 10 songs that John Lennon hated for, I think, no good reason, because they're perfectly lovely, serviceable, high quality, excellent Beatles songs. And I don't really need any preamble, so let's get started. Song number 1, I'm going to go in chronological order here, is I'll Get You from 1963. It's one of the really early ones.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
Of this song, John Lennon comments, and I quote, "That was Paul and me trying to write a song, and it didn't work out. Didn't it?" I disagree. Now, I know this was the point of the video, but disliking this song, that's simply uncalled for. I'm a big fan of the song, and I think that it features one of the prettiest, simplest, and most overlooked harmonies in the entirety of the Beatles catalog, and it's this one right here.
I've imagined I'm in love with you.
I used to listen to this as a kid and think, I understand why all of the girls cried now. It's simply lovely. That alone would make the song for me, but it also has this great hook at the end of the chorus.
Yes, I will. I'll get you in the end.
And of course, let's not forget the primary hook of the song, which is this.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
What's not to like? Answer me that, John Lennon. Song 2, I can't believe that this is even on the list. Song 2 is It Won't Be Long.
It won't be long, yeah, yeah, yeah. It won't be long, yeah.
Who doesn't love a call and response? Come on, John. John Lennon said, "It Won't Be Long" is mine. It was my attempt at writing another single. It never quite made it. But you know, I think it could have made it. I think it could have been a great single. As some of you know, I'm in a Beatles cover band called the Elementary Penguins. And at the moment, we're working on expanding our set, so each of us has chosen a number of songs. One of the members of the band doesn't know the Beatles catalogue as well as I do, and she's made it a personal challenge to choose songs that she isn't familiar with. This is one that she chose because she thought it was undeniably catchy and it was getting stuck in her head. It's a fun song. There's a lovely moment of chromaticism as we go into the verse. That dum dum dum, those notes are chromatically in sequence musically. Suffice to say, it sounds good. It steps up chromatically. It's good. It's got a lovely riff that the bass and the guitar play together to lead us back into the chorus.
It won't be long, yeah.
Do you catch that? The do 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 do. Wait, I've got a guitar here. Don't drop the acoustic guitar. Don't drop it. Don't drop it. So good. And it's so enthusiastically performed. I mean, I especially love the last chorus, where John Lennon sings a little trill, and then in response, Paul McCartney's vocal jumps up and then back down again. It sounds like this.
It won't be long, yeah.
Love that part. And then we bring back in that chromaticism, except instead of going up leading into the verse, we go down, we step down leading out of the song. And we end on a major 7th? Come on. See, I knew I'd need it again. They could have just ended on E. Till I belong to you. But instead they do like a... classy. And I mean, it's only 1963, guys. It's very sophisticated for pop music in 1963. Jazz chords? I mean, John Lennon doesn't know what he's talking about. He's talking smack about the song for no good reason. Let's move on to song 3. Song 3 is It's Only Love from the album Help, 1965. It sounds like this. Lennon says, "I always thought it was a lousy song. The lyrics were abysmal. I always hated that song. There's plenty to enjoy about the song. For a start, right up in the introduction, straight up top, you've got this interesting tremolo sort of effect on the lead electric guitar. And we've got a whole lot of acoustic guitars. This song features a 12-string acoustic, which gives it that beautiful ringing quality. Hello, you've come to join us? I love his vocal performance in this track. It's vulnerable. It's very sweet. I love that the chorus opens on a chord that isn't the root, It takes us in a slightly unusual direction, which I'll demonstrate as soon as I don't have a cat on my lap. That's the, can never remember the name of the song. It's those chords, but in a different order. Those are normal chords. You would expect it to go back to "It's only love, and that is all," but instead it goes "It's only love." I don't know, maybe it doesn't sound unusual to you, but it's just not the direction that it feels like it should go, and it goes in a different direction, and I love that. He's also using some unusual chords in the verse. Da 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 da. We have a G, and then we're gonna make it augmented like this. Some beautiful dissonance there. An augmented chord? Again, we're back in the land of jazz. But the rest of them, they're just pop chords. Da, 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 da. Straightforward, and then boom, bit of jazz. Served by John Lennon. That's an interesting chord. It's just not necessarily a common sequence of chords. I like when music subverts my expectations, and this song is a good example of that. I don't know what John Lennon is on here. He just went on this tirade against his own music in 1980. Unforgivable. The next song that we're going to be listening to, song number 1, 2, 3, 4, we're up to 4, is, I can't even believe that there's a song from Revolver on this list, but it's "And Your Bird Can Sing." "And Your Bird Can Sing" is a song that John Lennon disliked. It's an absolute joke. I don't know what he's talking about. This is one of the great Beatles songs. This is one of the great riffs of the 1960s. Dual leads, blistering tones. What is not to like? In 1972, John Lennon called this song "Another Horror," and in 1980 he followed that up with "Another One of My Throwaways." Seriously? Throwaways? What? Now, I did an entire episode on this song when I was doing my Revolver series last year, and you can watch that here. But the TLDR is that that riff is iconic. The backing vocals in the verse are used to great effect. It's John Lennon, and then all of the Beatles.
Tell me that you got everything you want, and your bird can sing.
And then again, it's John Lennon, and all of the Beatles.
You don't get me.
They highlight, bring a whole lot of extra emphasis, additional emphasis to every second line. It creates interest throughout the verse. I love that use of backing vocals. And then at the very end, the two harmonizing vocals descend against the lead melody, like this.
Tell me that you heard every sound there is, and your bird can swing.
That is one of my favorite Beatles harmonies. I think I put it in my favorite Beatles harmonies video. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I'm so capricious that the songs that I like, they sort of swap and change in terms of their ranking. If I didn't put it on that list, I should have. In conclusion, there is nothing whatsoever to dislike about the song. That's all there is to it. Nothing to dislike at all. Song number 5 on this list is "Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds." Honestly, what is this man on? What's he talking about? Edgelord John Lennon over here. Okay, this is John Lennon in 1980 again. I don't know, is he just in a bad mood when he did this interview? He says, "I heard Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds last night. It's abysmal, you know? The track is just terrible. I mean, it's a great track, a great song, but it isn't a great track because it wasn't made right. You know what I mean?" I don't know what you mean, actually. I think it's indisputably well written, well recorded, well arranged, interesting instrumentation. What do you mean it's not done right? It's perfect. From the very beginning of this song, we've got interesting instrumentation, we've got interesting chords, played in this beautiful quasi-arpeggiated pattern. It's got a very distinctive structure. We've got our sort of verse and bridge section that sounds like this.
Picture yourself in a boat on a river with telephane flowers of yellow and green.
So two very distinct parts right there. And then
Lucy in the
totally new part of the song. It sounds like a totally different song, and they've juxtaposed them. What's the word for that? Portmanteau? I don't know if that applies to music. Smushed! They've smushed the two parts together and created this entirely new creature that feels like a journey. It feels like an exciting adventure. It's a psychedelic adventure of a song. It's brilliant. John Lennon is wrong. This is a great song. Song number 6 on this list is Lovely Rita.
Lovely Rita, meet a maid, nothing can come between us.
Now, this is not one of John's songs. This is one of Paul's songs, and there are an awful lot of Paul's songs that John Lennon disavows from the Beatles era. And the reason he cites is this. These songs about boring people doing boring things, being postmen and secretaries and writing home. I'm not interested in writing third-party songs. I like to write about me, because I know me. John Lennon in 1980. First off, that's not true. John Lennon wrote plenty of songs about other people. Plenty of so-called third-party songs. So that's the first thing. And the second thing is that Lovely Rita is a delightful, wonderful song. I think the song has great bounce. It sort of reminds me in some ways of Penny Lane, which Paul had only written a few months earlier.
Penny Lane, there is a fireman with an hourglass.
And also it features one of Paul's nicest bass lines, in my humble opinion. I can't remember if I featured it in my top 50 Paul McCartney bass lines video from a couple of years ago.
Lovely Rita, meet a maid, nothing can come between us.
I think I've probably run out of my allotment of 2 cards by this point in the episode, so I'll link that in the description. But in any case, that I think contributes to that bounding, bouncing, upbeat McCartney feel. I think John's just being petty in this case. This song is a delight. Song number 7 is from the White Album. And it is not Revolution 9, it's Cry Baby Cry.
She's old enough to know better.
Is that a harmonium? What kind of free reed instrument is that? Tell me, John Lennon. Harmonium. It is a harmonium. Simply, John Lennon called Cry Baby Cry a piece of rubbish. Cry Baby Cry is stock full of great characters. There's a beautiful interplay between the acoustic guitar and the piano. What?
Cry, baby, cry.
The bass is doing some really interesting things. There's this like whoa, 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 whoa happening in the verses here.
The king
Ringo's drumming on this is phenomenal.
for a friend who came to play. The queen
The rhythm section on this just comes together beautifully. There's organ. George Martin's playing a harmonium right up top. Stunning. It's got a great melody. It has hints of blues. It's a little bit dark, a little bit edgy. Solid song from John Lennon. Right there. Later disavowed by John Lennon himself. Song number 8 is another one that I love. Obviously, that's why we're here. The song is Dig a Pony. Dig a Pony, in John's estimation, was, quote, another piece of garbage. This is another one of the Beatles' great riffs. You know, when you hear about great Beatles riffs, you get Paperback Writer, you get Day Tripper. Those are the only ones that come to mind at present. But I feel like Dig a Pony deserves to be right up there with the best of them. Great riff. It has these ponderous, meandering verses that create an immense contrast when the explosive chorus comes in.
I told you so. All I want is you.
You know, we bring that riff back in at the chorus. We've forgotten about it during the verses, because the verses sort of wander around a little bit. We've got some very colorful, John Lennon would probably say meaningless lyrics. I think I would love any song that rhymes Dig a Pony with Roll a Stony. Great rhyme. Another thing I love about this chorus is that the instrumentation is swung da 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 da, but the melody is delivered almost completely straight. Everything has got to be just like you want it to, and the swinging and the straight clash in this very satisfying way.
Everything has got to be just like you want it to.
And this mournful solo, very heartfelt, very soulful. That's beautiful. I love that solo. Great song. A+ song. Next, song number 9 is Mean Mr. Mustard.
Me and Mr. Mustard sleeps in the park, shaves
is coming from Mr. I Don't Write Third-Party Songs. John Lennon calls me Mr. Mustard, and I quote, "A piece of crap I wrote in India." I ask you. The song has a lovely chromatic up and down during the verses. It's guitar time. Sleeps in a hole in the road. Saving up to buy some clothes. Keeps a 10-bob note up his nose. Although allegedly the song is about someone who kept 10-bob notes not up his nose, but somewhere else. I'll let your imagination run rampant with that one. So yeah, those are the lovely little chromatic ups and downs. Very playful. I enjoy that. The harmony the second time round is great. Thank you, Mr. Paul McCartney. Mr. Sir Paul McCartney.
His sister Pam works in a shop. She never stops.
And I also like how it's like a stream of consciousness. There's no gap. Da 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 da. It's an unusual way to structure a verse, as opposed to like, there's nothing you can do that can't be done. There's nothing you can sing that can't be sung. You know, like there's usually a phrase and a break and a phrase and a break, although that song uses strange time signatures, so perhaps not the best example. Anyway, I like that, speaking of time signatures, there is a time signature change at the end of this song. It becomes a waltz.
Such a dirty old man.
Time signature change. We're up to our last song. Song number 10 is from Abbey Road. Honestly, Abbey Road. It's Sun King. 1980 John Lennon calls this a piece of garbage I had around. Now, I've written songs I don't love, but I don't know that I would disrespect my babies in such a way. Like, calling them garbage? Like, these are some of the best loved songs in the Western world. He's calling them garbage. It's just rude. It's just rude. Sun King is not deserving of that kind of ire. It's placid and it's calm like no other Beatles song that I can think of. When I listen to this song, it feels like it's dawn, and I'm standing in front of a lake, and it is completely glassy calm. And maybe there's a bird flying over it. That song sounds like peace. All of the instruments perfectly complement each other. They are all in respectful conversation with each other. None of the instruments are talking over the others. There's room for everyone, and it is a beautiful, beautiful thing. And then all of the harmonies throughout the song, even if they're singing nonsense words, are glorious. Perfectly executed, and again, sublime. This song is almost a religious experience. God, that's beautiful. So there you go. In conclusion, John Lennon was a terrible judge of the quality of his own songs. Great songwriter, terrible judge. Before I sign off, as I said right up top, I would normally be going through my records and talking about why I love them, and I will be doing this again next week. But as I mentioned a few weeks ago, the production of a Vinyl Friday episode takes me between 10 and 20 hours a week. When you factor in my 40-hour day job, I was working 50 or 60 hours a week. And although I love doing my Vinyl Fridays the regular way, don't panic, I am going to still do them. So, just hang on. As much as I love doing my Vinyl Friday episodes, I also have a vested interest in preserving my sanity. So I think once a month, I'm going to do something a little bit lighter, like this episode, just to give myself some breathing room and so that I've got a clean slate, fresh head space to go into the next 3 weeks of episodes. So if there's any sort of like 10 things sort of thing that you'd like me to cover, or a song that you'd like me to live react to, or anything like that, let me know in the comments. I'd be happy to take some of these ideas on and see what I can do with them. I hope you've enjoyed this. I've had a marvelous time. I look forward to the next full standard format Final Friday episode next week. If you enjoyed this episode or you would like to support any of the weird things that I do, I'll leave a link in the description to my Buy Me a Coffee page where you are most welcome to make a donation, but no pressure, friends. Thank you very much to everybody who has made donations or signed up as members. I very much appreciate you. And if you're curious about what any of my original music sounds like, I'll leave a link to that in the description as well. Otherwise, thanks for hanging out with me. I'll see you here next week. Have a great weekend! I'm crooked. I'm on sideways. Oh, I twisted my back. Ah! I'm too young for this shit. The simplest, prettiest, and most what? I'll get you in the end. Prettiest and most over again? I'll just leave this here in case I need to smack it against my other guitar. Song 3 is It's Only Love, and that is all. Knock my microphone over. Why don't you? See you later. Covered in cat hair. I think a bird just flew into the window. You alright, dude? This is my view from here, from where I'm sitting. It's a great view. It's a sleeping cat. Can you take me back where I came from? Can you take me back? Where did I put my pick? I've lost my... Story of my life. Can you take me back where I came from? Brother, can you take me back? What the hell have I written here? Lovely harmony.